guys, welcome to IDTV, the home of juicy celebrity gossips. Please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Let's get straight into today's video. Hey, you guys, Kaisha walked out of the set today while the show was ongoing. Yes, that happened when she and Neo were arguing on the fact that whether Neo was in love with her or not. Yes, as a matter of fact, it was Kaisha that was posing that question to Neo, and Neo wasn't ready to answer that. I'm going to go into the full details of that, but first, let us talk about Kaisha and Kiddwaya. Yes, now Kiddwaya is saying that he didn't give any impression to the housemates that he was a rich boy from a wealthy family. Now Kaisha is the first person to attack him to say, hold on, like, kid, hold on. You were literally promising every girl in biggest house stuff. You promised Nengi on money. You promised some housemates 100,000. You promised to take people to places after the show. You promised to give them a treat of their life after the show. So all of a sudden you're saying that you did not give us the impression that you are a rich boy. Like that's not sitting well with Kaisha at all. And then Kiddwaya was still saying that he didn't say or make any impression that he's from a wealthy family. Kaisha also reminded him that on their first table discussion where they talked about different things and places they've traveled to, Kid mentioned that he traveled from Abuja to Lagos for the audition using about how many dollars, which amount to like over ₦1 million. Yes, so Kaisha is not getting it why Kid is denying that he didn't give the impression that he is from a rich family. Now this came as a matter because Kiddwaya was accused of probably flirting with all the girls in the house, and he insists that no, he wasn't flirting with the girls. It was actually him just living his normal life, and there is no biggie about it. There's no big deal about him being himself, and he was just being himself in the house, and that whatever impression anybody got in the house, that is not on him at all. So Katrina stepped in and she was on the side of Kiddwaya on some issue. Now she said that Nengi was involved with Kiddwaya emotionally, and Nengi had to cut her short to say how, when. And so Katrina continued to say that that Nengi was always leading Kiddwaya on, and whatever must have happened or whatever emotion came from that Nengi should bear the full consequence of it, and that her intentions were not pure towards Kid, that she always wanted to have something to do with Kiddwaya. Nengi had to refute that to say, you're coming from a place that I don't get. I was just cruising with the guy. He's my friend and a very close friend, and there was no iota of emotions involved from my end. So what are you saying? Well, Katrina was still bent on accusing Nengi that Nengi was in love with Kiddwaya, but then Nengi continued to say that that's none of her business, that she wasn't involved or interested in Kiddwaya, that Kiddwaya was like a brother to her in the house. You guys, so another story on today's episode was Eric and Lilo's love story that has gone sour. Yes, I don't know how this makes me feel. This is something that I personally thought or knew or felt that it wasn't gonna last at all. Like there was really no much chemistry from what I saw on screen while Lilo and Eric were in the house. I felt that, I mean, these people were just bored and they just wanted to pass time with each other, and it turned out so. Now the most painful part of this whole thing is that Lilo and Eric are no longer talking to each other after the show. I never saw this coming like at once. I knew that probably this wouldn't last for so long, but I didn't think that after the show, just as they get evicted, they bone each other. Now the problem here is Eric says that when Lilo was evicted, which was actually what happened, Lilo was first evicted before Eric. So when he was later evicted and he went out of the house, he listened to Lilo's I heard her say in her interviews that he used her, or that he deceived her and made her to fail or to fall out of the competition. And so he called her and asked her to let's talk about it. So she said there's nothing to talk about. He should go and listen to the interview, that she wouldn't explain anything. Like, the long and short of the story is that Eric and Lilo fell apart after the story. That is it. So this shocking revelation, you guys, I said I was gonna be back to talk about it, is Neo and Kaisha, where Kaisha had to walk out of the set because Neo wasn't saying what she wanted to hear. Now, what she wants to hear, or what she wanted Neo to respond to, was to answer her whether he was in love with her or not. Now, her claim is that Neo approached her and told her that he likes her, and that he even told her at one of the Saturday night parties that he wanted to kiss her. Then she added that when she danced with him, he had sort of erection during the dance. So she gathered all of these and made a deduction that yes, Neo liked her. Kiddwaya and Wathoni. You guys remember the kiss that happened between Kiddwaya and Wathoni, and also the truth of there where Wathoni went to the toilet to show Kiddwaya her panties. You guys remember that, right? Now that is the issue on the table right now. Now the question is, Wathoni, were you in love with Kiddwaya? What was happening? And now Wathoni is coming to say that no, she didn't have feelings for Kiddwaya at all in the house, and that she was just cruising, like literally cruising. Now this is where Tochi came in. Tochi said that Wathoni was in love with Kiddwaya, and even added that Wathoni was everywhere with all the boys in the house. Like, you guys heard that in that short clip. It's saying that Wathoni is calling Kiddwaya a community boy, but in the real sense of it, she was actually the community girl in Biggie's house. That means that, she was trying to date every guy in the house. And then he also said that one particular thing that Wathoni did that was quite disrespectful was the fact that every guy that turned her down, she would go back biting, like literally gossiping about the guy, and he didn't find it funny at all. Now Wathoni is now saying that Tochi wanted her, and Tochi is saying that no, I never wanted you, you're not my type of girl. You guys, so the funniest part of this whole thing is that Wathoni is claiming that Tochi liked her, and Tochi is still saying that I didn't ask you out in the house, you were throwing yourself everywhere on all the guys in Biggie's house. So stop acting like you were just having fun. You were so in love with guys and you wanted companionship badly. Also, guys, Wathoni is very upset about a conversation that Tochi and Kiddwaya had back in the house. So she's saying that Kiddwaya had advised Tochi to go after Wathoni, that she's an easy catch. Like, really, really. So she's really upset at this, and so she's saying that he didn't have that kind of conversation with Kiddwaya, and that the truth of the matter is she was the one throwing herself at all the guys in the house. You guys, so Ebuka played a particular clip for the housemates to watch, and in that clip Kiddwaya was seen zipping down Nengi's dress for her just by the toilet, and while he was doing that, Ozo walked towards them, and that was a Saturday night party where every other housemate were at the party. This is the picture, you guys. Now the issue now is Ozo wasn't comfortable with that because he walked in to see Kiddwaya zipping down Nengi's dress, and you guys know that Ozo had interest in Nengi. So literally Kiddwaya walked out of that scene, and when Ozo came out of the restroom, he had to ask Nengi what's the problem, because at the end of the day her dress was not still zipped. Then when Ebuka asked Nengi what that whole stuff was about, she said that she came from the party and she was feeling pressed. She came to the restroom to ease herself, and when she came she saw Kiddwaya just by the corner of the toilet, so she had to ask him to please zip down her dress for her, and that there was no intention whatsoever in that, and that she was never interested in Kiddwaya. Ebuka asked also how that made him feel. He said nothing. I mean that he trusts Nengi, but that he just kept asking her what the problem was because he didn't feel comfortable about Kiddwaya zipping down Nengi's dress for her. Well, Katrina added her voice to say that she thinks that Nengi was leading Kiddwaya. She thinks that yes, Nengi actually liked Kiddwaya in the house, and Nengi said no, that she was never interested in Kiddwaya. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do well to like this video, comment and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.